Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name's November and today I'm going to be talking about how I got all my electronics for $130. No, this is not clickbait. I'm not sponsored. I'm just going to tell you guys some of my tips on Apple products and tech tips and stuff like that I've learned over the years. So first of all, I want to say I have very generous friends. I know not everyone's as blessed as I am to have generous friends who help them out and give them stuff, but I'm going to talk about that some. But also, I'm not trying to brag or show off or anything. All my stuff's old anyway, so there's really nothing to show off, but just wanted to say I'm very grateful and blessed for everything that I have. So I'm going to first walk you through all the devices I have and tell you guys how I got them and if there's any problem with them. So first, I'll start off what I'm filming on right now. Obviously, you can't see it. Is a MacBook Pro 2012. This was something I got for myself for my Christmas present, I think, or birthday present. I forget which one. I think Christmas. Yeah, Christmas present. It came from eBay, and eBay is a great place to get tech. So it's Facebook Marketplace. There are things you can look for. And if you want me to make a video about things you can look for before you buy it, let me know and I will. I'll gather my tips. But really don't trust pawn shops, to be honest, because they don't really do a good job of checking everything out. And I don't know. But eBay is good because you can see the seller. The seller was rated highly. It is a MacBook Pro 2012. Like I said, it comes with the older charger. It did not, this charger right here, it did not come with a charger, so I did have to, my friend got me that for Christmas, the charger, off of Amazon. But the MacBook did come to me dead, and I was worried that I got scammed because it wouldn't turn on, but the charger worked. It's fine. I wish I could show you. There is a problem with it, and this is my own fault because I am very clumsy and have clumsy issues. It is kind of broken where the screen connects to the keyboard. It's the little, like, the flap there is coming up, but other than that, it works okay. It is kind of slow. Today I was updating this iPad, which I'll touch in a minute. It was kind of slow, and it didn't really do it as fast as I want, and I did get a little frustrated, but anyways, so that's that. The next product I'm not going to turn on, but is a iPhone 5S that I got from a friend. I actually got, okay, I won't mention the name because I don't know, I just don't feel comfortable putting their name out there, but the different friend that bought me the charger. This friend had an iPhone 6 that she gave me she's older, she's like a grandma figure to me. But she had an iPhone 6 that she gave me like 3 years ago, and I was at her house last year. I was like, do you have any other iPhones by chance? She said, yeah, my husband had this iPhone 5S. I like it. I like how it feels compared to my new phone, which I'll touch into in a minute. The problem with this is I think it's called phantom screen, I think is what they call it, where when you touch the, like the screen will just start touching itself without you touching, if that makes sense. The battery life is decent on this phone, but the only problem with this phone is AT&T, what my SIM card would not let me make phone calls. It would let me text and it would let me go on the internet, but I could not make phone calls on this phone, so that kind of the purpose on one phone call is. So that's that. This is what I got a couple of days ago from her. She upgraded about a couple months ago. She gave me her downgrade. Same friend. This is an iPhone 8 Plus. It works great, and I'm not going to turn that on, but you can see how good of a screen quality this is compared to this one. It's definitely upgraded, and this wireless charges. It makes calls. It works great. She said the battery life would die after she used it, like, into the morning, but honestly, I don't have that problem because I came from this to this, so it's not a big deal for me. The battery life is fine, and what I do to conserve battery life is I always have power saver on. I always have it on. I have it... Come on, November. Gotta unlock it, I guess. Okay, so... Oh, you gotta swipe... I see it. You can't swipe up anymore. That's what I'm used to swiping up. You have to swipe down. I turn battery saver on, and if I'm at home or not in brightness, I dim the brightness. And also, I turned off the raise to wake feature. That's that. So the next thing we're going to the iPads, and then my very exciting new toy. This I got on eBay about a year ago for $30 or $40. It is a iPad Mini 2. Yes, iPad Mini 2. The problem with this is it won't put... Oh! Dang it, November. No new apps can go on this phone. I used to use a texting app. Will not go on this phone. Same with this. I couldn't even use the YouTube app anymore because I don't know if you know this or not, and I just found this out about a year ago. If you have an app that you've already purchased, even if it didn't cost anything, if you download it on your newer iPhone and then you downgrade for some reason, you can install older version of the app. But if you have not downloaded it before on like a newer iPhone, you can't put the app on the old device. It'll downgrade it. But YouTube for this would not work anymore. So that is that. Another problem with this is I do like the fact that you could swipe up. I'll show you in a minute what I mean by that. And I also like the fact that it's light and it's rarely has any cracks. And I will say my home screen button is off. It won't push down anymore, so I had to use assistive touch. Okay, so these are the two devices I don't use anymore. Now this, I'm so excited, you guys. This is my new toy, okay? I got this at the thrift store for $2.50, 65 cents to be exact. Today at Park Avenue, it's upside down, you idiot. At Park Avenue Thrift for $2.65. I didn't think it'd work, but something told me, I think it was God, to just take a gamble and get it. So when I brought this bad boy home, I went to McDonald's and I had my phone charger with me and I plugged it in. These all take micro lightning cable, that's what it's called. And I didn't think it would even turn on, but it did turn on after I plugged it in because I tested it out in the store. It wouldn't turn on. It did have the low battery, and then it finally booted up, and then it said, you need a password. And I was devastated. I thought maybe somehow it would be reset. But then I Googled it, and I'm glad I did not leave the iPad or throw it in the trash because I Googled it, and there is a way. Apple ID has to be off. Find My iPhone has to be off. But what you can do, and there's plenty of videos on this, you take it and you connect it to your MacBook or your PC, and you can factory reset the whole thing, even if you don't know the password. This thing, when I first turned it on, it wouldn't even scroll up. But finally, it reset. It did a... It's not a factory reset. It's... Okay, it's going to drive me nuts to look this up. Hold on. Can you guys still see me? Yeah, okay, let me look that up. Recovery mode. Okay, I can never think of that. You can put it in recovery mode. It will completely erase everything. Again, if Find My iPhone is on, then it will not work. But it did that, and praise God, it recovered. So I will turn it on, and this is an iPad 5th generation. Came out in 2017. Touch ID doesn't work for me, and this is what it looks like. And what I mean by swiping up. Hold on. This is what it looks like on the front. I don't have the wallpaper yet. But what I mean by swipe up is if you go into music, and I don't know if you know, but new iPhones without touch button, you just swipe up. This does have a button that works, but also if you go into music and you want to swipe up, you can just swipe up and it'll take you back to the home screen. Now, iPhones don't do that if they're older than the 10, but the iPads do for some reason, and the iPad mini also swiped up. This thing has Phantom Touch as well, but it seems to be very minimal. And I don't know if this works for everyone. I'm not a tech guru, but all I know is if you hit you lock your phone out or put sleep. Like, I'm not a tech guru at all. If you turn the power button off without put it to sleep, I guess, and then you hit the button, it fixes it. So, okay, so now I'm going to share with you guys one more thing, and that is the TV I got in my room. I'm not going to take you guys back there and show it, but it is huge. It has an Amazon Fire Stick connected to it, and my friend gave me that. Another friend had very generous friends. I'm so blessed. But I had another friend. I posted on Facebook if anyone had an extra they could give to me, and she gave it to me. God bless her. And then the TV I got from our upstairs neighbor. We're in a house in the basement apartment in a house. And our upstairs neighbor is not the landlord. We just had it outside. And I was like, hey, are you trashing this? Are you selling it? Are you taking it to the pawn shop? What are you doing? She's like, no, it doesn't work. It's like, okay. Anyways, I took it down here. It was hard to carry, but it's so worth it. It works great. It's an older TV. I do not care. It's awesome. And then you just plug your Fire Stick in. So here are tips and tricks to get good electronics. First of all, I know, okay, maybe this isn't the best advice, but your friends might have stuff laying around that they're willing to sell to you or give to you potentially, depending on your situation. And just ask, just put something on Facebook. If your friend, you know, if you know them really well and they know you, and be like, hey, do you have any iPhones laying around that you don't want anymore? A lot of people do. You'd be surprised how many people have phones just laying around. Another thing is Facebook Marketplace and eBay are your friend, especially eBay. I would say eBay over Facebook Marketplace. And here's the pros about Facebook Marketplace is you can meet in person and see the item. The cons are you don't know if it's some creep that's going to abduct you. Pros of eBay is you can see the seller's rating, because I've sold stuff on Facebook Marketplace, and if you don't have like 6 or 7 items sold, you don't have a rating. And I created a new Facebook a couple of years ago, and I don't have any ratings, even though I saw like 3 or 4 things, and it's been fine, just because people rate me, but first of all, people don't have to rate you on Facebook. Second of all, I think you have to have so many ratings for your stars to show up. eBay is a lot more out there, and I will say the returns on eBay, make sure they have, I did not with this computer and God blessed me with it, but make sure the returns on eBay, it does have returns. It is backed by a money back guarantee, but check out the returns. And then for thrift stores, you just have to go, I live in Atlanta, outside of Atlanta in a city called Lawrenceville. There is 2 Goodwills near me. There's Park Avenue Outlet, there's Fur Kids, there's, what's the other one? St. Vincent de Paul and Coin House. All those I like for different reasons, and this isn't a thrifting video, but I will say some of the thrift stores. Park Avenue Outlet is probably your best bet. Honestly, I have no idea why no one else bought this stupid iPad before me. I mean, probably because it's just cracked everywhere and they thought it wouldn't work, but it worked. But you just have to be consistent and go on days when they restock. I know for Park Avenue Thrift, they restock at Thursday at 8 and 9 in the morning. I got there around 12. Again, I think it's a God thing, you guys, why I got it. I've done a lot of change and a lot of growth in my life. Maybe I'll make a video. I do want to make a video about my Christian journey. I'd love to make that. And I'd also like to make a video of my blessings, but I don't want to seem like I'm saying I'm better. I don't know if I want to do the blessings video, but I'm definitely going to do a Christian journey video and tell you guys how I got closer with God. But I've watched my tongue. I've changed my attitude on how I treat people and how I perceive people, and I think it's working out. Not that you should do those things just so you get God's favor, but because it's the right thing to do, and I feel like sometimes blessings will follow. So that is my tips and tricks for electronics. And another thing is, if the screen breaks, sometimes it's not the best to get it fixed. Like, for example, if this screen broke, which I hope it does, I need to get a screen protector for it. I don't think the best answer would be getting it fixed. I think the best answer would be getting a new iPhone 8 8 Plus off of eBay or Amazon, because it's cheaper to get a new phone, phone they don't have, versus trying to get the screen fixed. Unless you can do it yourself, which there's no stinking way I am doing that myself, you guys, with all those little screws. And my fine motor skills suck, and all these little screws and losing them. I gotta tell this story. So my G-mom and I, that's my godmom, we were in her room, and I was messing around with my phone. We have bad service where we live. We're in the woods. We're in a basement. The only windows in our apartment are the ones right here in the living room. We don't have windows in the bathroom, and my bedroom's the furthest away from the door. So we don't get good service, but I was messing around with the SIM card, trying to undo the SIM card, which, if you don't know what a SIM card is, it's that little hole right there. She has this big thing full of stupid push pins. I took the push pin, and the SIM card flew in the drawer. I was like, oh my goodness gracious. So I had to look everywhere in the drawer, and then I finally found, what I did is one of those like fabric organizer things. I took the flap up that was in the bottom, like the bottom flap, and I found it, but I think I'm glad they're going to eSIMs now, because there's no way, like, what if you lose a SIM card? You lose your number. You have to get a new one, Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll definitely be making more budget videos, so if you like that content, please subscribe and like. I do not have any public social media right now, but I do have an email if you'd like to reach me, and God bless. Bye. Okay, let me turn